President,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
Deveroy,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Bergeron,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, public hearings, we have none. Public comment, this time, anybody in the audience would like to get up and talk for 3 minutes? Tell us who you are, and I'll give you 3 minutes.
My name is Caleb. I live at 901 South Hanover, so just down the road. I won't use all 3 of my minutes, but I'm just here to introduce myself as I'm running for state rep. I'm running for Gina Johnson's seat, so it's a pleasure to meet you and it's a pleasure to be here. So, thank you.
What was your name again?
Caleb Hudson, starts with a K, and so I live at 901 South Hanover.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else want to get up and speak? Okay. We have Rachel France here tonight. She's going to give you a rain garden presentation.
Can everybody hear me okay? I'm very soft-spoken, so I will try to not be.
Can you pull that mic back just a hair farther?
How about now? Better?
Lean in.
Okay, so today I want to talk about the Tyden Park and my proposal for the Berry Conservation District to install a series of rain gardens and native plantings. Next slide. So first, a little bit about myself. My name is Rachel France. I'm currently the program coordinator at Berry Conservation District. I've been there since 2021. Previously, I worked for the Lower Grand River Organization of Watersheds, or ELGRO, as the Education or Environmental Programs Associate, where I worked heavily on the rainscaping program. I am a member of the Thornapple River Watershed Council, and I also hold a Natural Shoreline certification and a Green Infrastructure certification. Next slide. So a little bit about the project. The funding from this project comes from the Charles R. Evenson Foundation and additional funding from EAGLE for the Watershed Council Support Grant. So between the two of these grants, we are able to fund installation of several highly visible rain gardens in the Thornapple River watershed, as well as some rain garden workshops, which we will be holding in the Hastings Public Library, Delton Public Library, and Dowling. We're working on additional locations, but those are the 3 we have right now, and those will all happen in March. Next slide. Our project partners, the Berry Conservation District, ELGRO, which is a part of the Grand Valley Metro Council, and then the Thornapple River Watershed Council. Next slide. So why are we doing this? When it rains, the rain flows over all the impervious surfaces, that is parking lots, rooftops, sidewalks, etc. So it's not allowing that rainwater to infiltrate the ground. As it flows, it picks up pollutants like oil, salt, trash, litter, pet waste, all of these things. It carries it into the nearest storm drain, which leads directly untreated into the nearest water body. For us, that's the Thornapple River. If you've ever been tubing or kayaking, you might notice pipes coming out of the sides. Those are called outfalls, and that is where some of that water is coming in. So in addition to the stuff that it's bringing in, it also brings a lot of water. Sometimes that water might be warmer from the heat of the pavement, so that's raising temperatures in the river. It's also filling the bottom with sediment, and with the water coming up, it can contribute to bank loss, so bringing in the sides of the rivers kind of in. And I'm sure we've all seen bank loss down the river where sides are eroding. A lot of times it's from grass being cut right up to the edge. Next slide. So some of the solutions that we have are called green stormwater infrastructure. A couple examples of those are rain gardens and riparian buffers. So a rain garden is a bowl-shaped garden that has an inlet and an outlet. The inlet brings the water in. The outlet is only there for when the water is too much and it needs to overflow. There's a variety of ways that can be done. In this case, it would just be a natural little kind of divot at the end. These gardens are filled with native plants. Those plants have extensive root systems, which I'll show you in just a minute. So this allows the stormwater to enter into the garden. It slows it down, spreads it out and soaks up that pollution before entering into the waterway, or it just recharges the groundwater. Riparian buffers are just an area of land next to the stream or lake that has native plants. It holds that soil in place, reducing erosion. Sorry. Next slide. So this is that picture I was talking about. On the far left, you can see a picture of turf grass, and below you can see how there are very little bits of roots there. The rest are all different native, mostly prairie plants, but prairie dropseed, which is one of my more favorite grasses, it's the one kind of dead center. It kind of looks like a little fountain of grass. Their root system are 4.5 to 5 feet deep. So that's quite a bit further. A lot of these plants can go as, I think the blazing star there is 12 feet deep. So some of these native plants can do a really good job of holding that soil into place. So these plants would be planted within the garden, also in other just areas along the stream side. Next slide. So we have 3 proposed sites. Next slide. This is the first one. It is going to be, we're proposing a rain garden in this area. This is right next to the bridge. You can kind of see it in the background there. So there's the pavilion sort of behind me taking this picture. This sign, I believe, is the Riverwalk sign. So we were thinking that would be a good location for it. There's some sidewalks there that would bring water in. The water would flow in. We would fill it with native plants. Next slide. So this is a list of the plants. I'll also show some pictures in a minute, but all of these plants that I have listed are deer resistant, meaning that deer prefer not to feed on them. Some are salt resistant, which is not very important for this particular site because I believe that trail is not salted in the winter. It didn't look like it was being plowed or anything, but I don't know. And then there's also a lot that are rabbit resistant as well. Next page. So this is a picture of all of those plants. I put little icons in the corners with spring and summer. The horse mint there on the bottom left, that actually blooms up to September, into September, so it's more of a fall plant. But the idea with these gardens is to not only provide something that is going to be functional, but also something that's beautiful and supports pollinators and wildlife. So many of these plants support pollinators in that, you know, they can come and pollinate and feed us, essentially, but also they're host species to some specific butterflies and other things like that. So we have a variety of plants for the rain garden. The prairie dropseed in the corner, that's at my house. It's just a nice grass. It prefers dry land, but it looks really good in a border along with the nodding wild onion. And these are not plants that have to go in this garden. These are just some examples of plants that I think would do well. They're easy to identify, so just low maintenance, things like that. Next slide. The second site is the overlook next to the river. So this would not be a rain garden. We're proposing just native plants here. We've noticed some erosion happening already. So these plants would just kind of keep that soil next to that secure while providing some benefits. We picked some more shade tolerant plants. Oh, I also forgot to mention that all the previous ones were 4 feet or shorter. And also just noting that in a rain garden, some of those taller plants will go in the bowl part, so they'll actually still be shorter yet. Rain gardens are usually about 6 feet or 6 inches, sorry, deep. Next slide for plants. So this is another list. For shade tolerant plants, you have a little bit less options for deer tolerant or deer resistant. So this is that list. There are some repeats like the wild combine. Black-eyed Susan, most people are familiar with. Wild ginger is a little less, and it's, yeah. Next slide. So this is just some pictures of those. Again, we've got some spring, summer, and fall. The foxglove and the great blue lobelia both attract hummingbirds. The blue phlox grows nicely. The wild geranium is a really pretty one. I really like native plants, but again, none of these would have to go in there. These are all really lower growing, except for the black-eyed Susan gets about 3 feet. Next slide. So the last site would just be pretty much along the river's edge, between the Riverwalk and the river, anywhere that the city would be okay with. The first kind of layer of a buffer zone would just be not mowing. and that allows the longer grass to filter the pollutants. The next step up would to be just put seeds out, wildflower seeds, grass seeds, and let it kind of do its natural thing, or you could do a more manicured, planted, designed look, which would be a lot more effort and a lot more money to do that in that stretch of area. A good riparian zone is between 10 and ideally up to 40 feet of width between the river or lake and the mowing area. This is not that big of a space, so really anything would help. This area has experienced a lot of erosion already, and I know that these areas do all flood. These plants are all native, they're adapted to our climate, to our weather conditions, they're drought tolerant, but they're also able to withstand a lot of water. Next slide. So these are the list of plants for that area. This list is slightly different. The swamp milkweed, something that says swamp doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be an ugly plant or anything like that. You can go to the next slide. So the butterfly there on the swamp milkweed, that was at an installation in the Plaster Creek watershed. It was a huge floodplain, very beautiful. Joe Pyeweed, also really nice. That one is taller. These plants are going to be a lot taller because that's just the way they are. But Joe Pyeweed likes to spread. Blue flag iris are much shorter, but also very pretty. So we could do it in a way where we put tall plants in the back, shorter plants in the front, or we could just make it look wild, however the city or the people want. And again, we did do some spring and fall and summer plants. Most plants fall in the summer bloom category, but they do vary. You know, some will start in May, most don't start any earlier than May, but some will, like the New England aster, I think goes all the way until October. I didn't write that one down. So yeah, next slide. Our proposed timeline for this, right now we have the funding in hand, we're ready to plant. We've already gotten one garden approved at the Secretary of State office, right outside of their door, so that'll be a small rain garden. We are hoping to spend all of the money from the Even Sun Foundation to install these rain gardens or other native plantings in the watershed by the end of the summer. So we would propose that we would finish our actual plan and design in March with an April/May site prep and installation. Site prep generally includes just removing the sod. For the rain garden, we would have to dig a hole. We've already tested the soil at Titan Park, and it is really good, loamy, sandy soil. So we know that we won't have any problems with clay, but we would check the other rain garden site just to double check. You don't want to have a clay lens at the bottom and have some more flooding issues later on. Beyond that, we would monitor and adjust. Sometimes plants are less happy than we'd like them to be, and in that case, you just replace it with a different kind of plant. All of this funding would come from the Thornapple River Watershed Council and Berry Conservation District.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Of
And
course.
I'm really sorry. That's supposed to be 2026?
Yes, 2026 and beyond. So rain garden, native plantings generally
Well, I hear
take,
you started in March of 2025.
oh yeah, I kind of skipped after September. I don't know why I did that.
All right, it's one of those, it got stuck and I couldn't get it out.
No, I totally
Alright.
understand. I do the same thing.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So after we the first 3 years are the establishment period. After that, it's generally low to no maintenance. Occasionally, the inlet of the rain garden might have to be cleaned out with, different leaves and things might get stuck in there. And other than that, it's quite low maintenance. And that is all I have. Next slide is just a really pretty picture of a plant that I would not put this in the park. This is bee balm. It's a very aggressive spreader, very pretty. Bees love it. They look like fireworks. And so yeah, if anybody has any other questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Any questions? This something we have to approve?
Is
Staff
there
can
going to
approve
be
this,
any
can't
kind of formal agreement, or do they just need to say, sure?
I just need the
What are you
okay.
looking for? Okay.
And then if you guys want to see, the rain garden is the only one that would really have a design. If you want me to come back with that design, I'm happy to do that. Give you a better idea. It's just, I didn't want to spend, designs take quite a bit of time. So I didn't want to spend all that time if it was going to be a no.
So, do we want to make a motion to approve installation of the rain garden?
If someone would like to.
I would like to make that motion.
I'll support.
Okay, motion by
No,
Central
you
Martin,
want to
supported
do
by
it.
Deb Roy to approve.
That was me. That was
Oh,
Jackie.
excuse me. Motion by Stencil Barton, supported by McLean. Give her a title and she gets mean. Just kidding, just kidding.
Yeah, you want to scoot down?
I'm fine, I'm fine. I've been married for 50 years, I'm not afraid of it.
Okay.
Anyhow, we have a motion and support. Any other comments?
Yeah, just, you said that about 3 years before it becomes low maintenance. Who's gonna do the maintaining and upkeep on that? So you guys will lead, so there's no funds, that's all coming from the conservation? Is that correct?
Well, it would be me, my personal time, for that specific, while we have the grant in place, it would be grant funded. Beyond that, it would be my personal commitment. I live on East North Street and I work on South Hanover, so it's right in between my commute. I visit there often with my daughter, so it's very easy and I also enjoy it very much.
So the only other question I had there too, you had one of the gardens, the River Outlook, was by one of the gazebos. There's 2 other ones on the walking path back there. I didn't know if you were planning on those 2 or it was just the one right there in Titan Park.
Just the one in Titan Park.
Okay. Yeah, that one right there.
Any other questions?
So, Rachel, and you may or may not know this, but do you have an idea of how many square feet total you're planting?
Well, that really depends on mostly the riparian buffer. The rain garden by the bridge, I'm estimating about 500 square feet. The smaller gardens would probably be closer to 50, maybe. They're pretty small. But the riparian area would be much bigger. Ideally, I would just seed that because it's a lot more cost effective to seed it. But that could be as big or as little. We could do just kind of this one area that I've already marked off, which is before the kind of access area, just as a test. And the biggest thing is that they don't get mowed.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest concern.
I had 2 questions on that. How do you keep them from being mowed? And 2, do you put any type of border up at all?
I generally use plants as a border. The nodding wild onion and the prairie dropseed make very attractive borders. So that's usually how I do it. We could, but that would take a lot more work to.
I just wondered what you use them for.
That's what I usually do. I generally don't do any kind of hardscaping.
Okay, because I look at this river's edge buffer, you were talking about the erosion. It looks like footpath erosion rather than water. I don't know. I'm not expert. Some way to keep people from walking all over it.
Well, I think we would have a variety of plants there, some of which would be taller, 2 to 3 feet. People usually don't like to go in those areas because of ticks and other.
So do you ever
Yes.
put up any kind of signage to let
We
people
can.
know this is a rain garden?
We can. We absolutely can. It helps a lot with people's understanding, so that if the council would be okay, I would entirely love to put up a sign identifying plants, identifying the purpose, the funders, of course, and yeah, we can do that.
Any other questions? We have motion and support to approve installation of the rain gardens. Without any other questions, roll call.
Deveroy.
Yes.
Bergeron.
Yes.
Arlo.
Yes.
Stencil Barton.
Yes.
McLean. Yes. Rocha.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Rachel.
Thank you so much.
The next item in your packet, we have request under direction of staff to allow the WBCH radio to conduct their 20th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade on Tuesday, March 17th, 2026, starting at 4 p.m. Do I hear a motion?
So moved?
Support.
Rocha?
Yes, sir.
Motion by Rocha, who was the support? Rezegi?
Somebody.
One of them.
Pick one.
Well,
Pick one.
guy's got a... Never mind.
Yeah.
We're going with Rezegi.
Okay, we have motion from Rocha, supported by Rezegi. We'll give Mike the next one. To approve, under direction of staff, WBCH Radio conduct their 20th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade on Tuesday, March 17th, 2026, starting at 4 p.m. Want to let everybody know how much fun this is. Have any questions? Roll call.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Deveroy,
Yes.
Bergeron,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Also in your packet, item B, consider approving the Rotary Kiwanis concession sales and beer and wine sales agreement. This is pretty much the same as been for the last number of years. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I make that motion.
Support.
Does that have to be?
Motion by Deveroy, supported by Bergeron. Questions?
Does that have to be okayed every year?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a question, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I'm racing to it. It says, how is ID performed and by whom? Over 21? Before they buy alcohol, their ID has to be checked by whom?
They have staff that works, Kiwanis and Rotary have staff there that have been trained, and they check your ID and they give you a wristband, identify you as somebody that can buy it.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Correct?
And they have other people?
Yes, sir. Yes, that's very correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have, they have other people around the perimeter of the site to make sure that no alcohol goes out of that enclosure.
Or in?
They have inspectors there. If you have a cooler and you come up there to come in, they check your cooler to make sure there's no beer in it. Once you get in, and it used to be, I think they've changed a little bit. It used to be you could only buy, I think, 2 drinks. Now you can get more, I guess. But they monitor to make sure nobody is having too much. Go ahead, Dale.
Yeah, they've been doing this for several years, and they do an amazing job. The fence that the mayor is speaking of is like a chain, like a yellow chain, plastic fence. They ID everyone, and like the mayor said, they give them a bracelet. They have certain programs like that they're trained to look at the IDs and make sure. Rotary and Kiwanis do an excellent job there. And obviously, I don't want to say we've never had a problem, but we've not had a problem that has caused any issues or for me to be alarmed. So.
Okay. I just was reading through it and that jumped to my attention.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how many council people go down there. I would challenge anybody to go down there. It's a good time. They have good music down there. It's ran real well.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a great experience and definitely a great asset to our community.
Yeah.
And I've never encountered anybody that was crazy or, you know, out of control. What? Well, I haven't seen you down there, so.
He goes in. Okay, any other questions? We have a motion and support. Motion by Deveroy, supported by Bergeron, to approve Kiwanis Rotary concession sales of beer, wine, and the sales agreement. No other questions? Roll call.
Bergeron,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Stenzelbarton,
Yes.
Barlow,
Yes.
Deveroy,
Yes.
Rocha,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item C, consider approving on direction of staff the Hastings Public Library to conduct and explore a vehicle event in parking lot number 3 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion, sir.
Support.
Motion by Barlow, supported by Brem, to approve under direction of staff the Hastings Public Library to conduct and explore a vehicle event in city parking lot number 3 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. Any questions? We have our head man over there from the library, and how would you like to get up there and tell us what this is all about? Tell us who you are. some of us don't know who we are.
Hello, my name is Erin Quita. I'm the youth librarian at Hastings Public Library. This event is similar to the one we held last year. We called it Touch a Truck, but we have learned that that is trademarked, and so we are, trying to be legal here. So it's just an opportunity for people in our community to come out and explore different vehicles, learn about them. Last year we had community partners that came in and we tried to set up tents, but it was very windy that day, so they just had tables that provided activities for kids and information for resources in our community as well. So we had about 230 people attend last year, and we had both attendees and the other community organizations ask that we do it again.
Any questions of Erin while we got her up there?
I just, to both you and David, the amount of events that you guys have, the varying different degrees of events you guys have throughout the year is really, it's awesome. And I applaud you guys for that. There's so many different ones. Like, if you're interested in one thing or the other thing, you can go to all of it. And so I really like looking through your packet every 2 weeks and seeing all the cool stuff that's in there. And if I'm not interested in trucks, I know in 2 weeks there's going to be something probably nerdy and fun for me to do. So it's really cool. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Erin.
Thank you.
I did know who you were, I just didn't know anybody else did. Okay, we have a motion and support under direction of staff to allow the public library to conduct the Explorer vehicle event in city parking lot number 3 from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, June 17, 2026. No other questions? Roll call.
McLean.
Yes.
Stenzelbarton.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Bergeron.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Next item, consider approving the Thornapple Arts Council accept donations and sell merchandise at the Thornapple Plaza during the Thornapple Arts Council Jazz Festival to be held April 23rd, 2026 through April 25th, 2026, and the Hastings live programming season from June 3rd, 2026 through August 29th, 2026. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I will make that motion, Your Honor.
Support.
Okay, motion by Stenzelbarton, supported by McLean, to approve Thornapple Arts Council's request to accept donations and sell merchandise at the Thornapple they got a place here. Thornapple Plaza during Thornapple Arts Council Jazz Festival to be held April 23rd, 2026 through April 25th, 2026, and the Hastings live programming season from June 3rd, 2026 through August 29th, 2026. That's a mouthful. Any questions?
Stenzelbarton.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Bergeron.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Item E, receive and place on file 18 invoices totaling $250,842.56. Would I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Support.
Okay, motion by Stenzelbarton, supported by McLean, to receive and place on file 18 invoices totaling $250,842.56. Roll call.
Brem.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Bergeron.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
Rocha.
Yes.
Stenzelbarton.
Yes.
Devroy.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Items of business. Considering the invoice from Peerless Midwest for the repair of well number 3 for $17,922.38. Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I support.
Okay, motion by McLean, supported by Devroy, to approve the invoice for Peerless Midwest for the repair of well number 3 for $17,922.38. Questions? We have Vern here if you want to ask him any questions.
No, actually, my question would be to you, Sarah. Is there any way that we can see, or maybe it's just coming to your office and I just kind of want to see where the budget is. Obviously, there's a couple items we've taken off the past couple months off the budget that were not budgeted, this being one of those. I just kind of wanted to see where that bottom line was going with these subtracted from it, that's all.
So there's a revenue expense report that gets run, like a shortened version of it. Doesn't
Yep.
have all the line items,
Sure.
just the total for the funds.
Yep.
That's in your council packet.
Okay.
We can also run one that has like all the different line items on it, and I think the budget amendments have been put in, so
Yes.
it will
Okay.
be reflective of the new water fund and sewer fund and all of those new line items. So I'm happy to run that and distribute that to the council.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be great. I
That's a
mean,
good
I'm
update.
interested in just seeing that. but,
Sure, yeah,
Awesome, thank you.
absolutely, thank you.
Any questions about the well, the bearings, and impeller? Go ahead, Mike.
I have a question. It says the repair required of 17,922.38. They basically did at zero profit.
Yeah.
So they did that for their cost.
That's correct.
Okay, so what compelled them to do that for their cost?
So this was a new well that was installed, was it 2 years ago now? We had the well, a complete overhaul of the well. Upgraded it to increase capacity. The well initially was 1,000 gallons a minute, and it wouldn't keep up with the plant flow. So we upgraded the entire well. And I think according to Bob Masters from Peerless, they wanted to give us a fair deal. There was nothing on our end where we could prove why this happened or what caused this. We didn't have the equipment in place at the time to be able to document the low flow event or to even show that the motor was running at a low flow, low frequency after the installation of the new frequency drives.
So this is their way of just making it right?
Correct.
Okay, fair enough.
So, but we do have the equipment now to monitor that, right?
That is correct. We have the equipment. It is incorporated into SCADA, and we are receiving all of that data. Yes.
Any other questions?
No, he writes well.
Okay, so we have a motion by McLean, supported by Devroy, to approve the invoice for Peerless Midwest for the repair of well number 3 for $17,922.38. Any other questions? So we're on rotation for all our wells, aren't we, to get them pulled and checked? Or
That is correct.
okay, when was this supposed to be checked again? Another 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, every 5 years we pull a well. So this should have been well 1 this year.
Okay.
That'll be next year now.
Okay, no further questions, roll call.
Devereaux,
Yes.
Barlow,
Thank you, Vern.
Rocha,
Yes.
Stencil Barton,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Rezegi,
Yes.
Bergeron,
Yes.
Brem,
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. Okay, item B, consider awarding the 2026-2027 city mowing and maintenance contract to Lansing Real Green Lawn Care in the amount of $84,800 for 2026 and $87,342 for 2027. We had a low bid. For some reason, they're taking the second lowest bid. I don't know why.
Yeah, so the lowest bid, they did not exhibit through their choice of references that they had adequate experience for a contract as large as ours. So we felt that it would be better to go with the second lowest bid for that reason.
What all does this entail? I mean, it just says city mowing and maintenance, so is it the parks and everything, or?
It's every park we have.
Yeah, it's every roadside, it's all the lots, it's very substantial.
It's grass on both sides of the Riverwalk. It's Bliss Park, it's Titan Park, it's Fish Hatchery Park. It's all the parking lots.
So it's
And
a
that-
lot of piecemeal kind of
Yes, it's
mowing,
in
which makes it.
a large area, a large number of areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know, is J&C Lawn Solutions local?
Yeah. So this, Nashville, out of Nashville, where we're at.
Okay, you're from J&C?
Why don't you go up the microphone there so everybody can hear you?
We have the motion, are we still asking questions?
We have, nobody made a motion yet, no.
Okay, but can we still ask questions about this?
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Are
I'm
you
sorry,
done?
I didn't mean to interrupt somebody else.
Yeah, go ahead.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go
All
ahead.
right, it says, based on staff's review of lowest bidder, findings indicate that they have yet to demonstrate the level of service, what you were just saying. What is required, my question is, what is required to meet these requirements, and is it spelled out in the RFP?
So, for example, one of the references was Emmett Township, I believe, and they haven't commenced work with them yet. When we contacted the township, that's what they informed us of. There was another reference that was a small commercial business, which is great, but we didn't see anything that demonstrated as large of a contract area as we have. And with the second lowest bidder being relatively close in price, and they had much more demonstrated experience, both for the city of Lansing, and they do ordinance enforcement, mowing for Charlotte. So we felt like that is why that was a better fit. But ultimately, it's up to you guys to make the decision about who you want to award the agreement to.
I'm not trying to be difficult, honest. Is that spelled out in the request for, that they need this type of reference?
We ask for references, yes. So obviously, if you have a reference that's more related to the type of bid proposal that the proposer is seeking, then you're going to be more likely to be recommended as someone suitable to meet those obligations.
And this is a yearly contract.
I believe this is 2 years.
So, is there a reason why we went to 2 years instead of 3 like we've been doing?
Our most recent agreement was also 2 years.
Really? You know what scares me is when we see a few low bids come in, and the bidder that we had, the people that did it the last 2 years, doubled their price.
Yes.
Does that mean that there's a lot more responsibility than what they thought there was?
I don't know why they chose to do that.
'Cause I question that every time somebody comes in and they undercut. Anybody's doing our work right now, they come in there and they undercut a little ways. And then the person doing the work realizes, and this happened a few years ago with one of our local contractors that bid on. He undercut the previous bidder by like $80,000. And he came back the middle of the second year and needed more money because the price of fuel went up. I just, it scares me when we see these bids this low, you know.
Well, they're consistent with what we have been paying.
Oh, I know. But what bothers me is if something happens during, let's say, mid-year, and they're not making any money, and they walk away from it. You know, that's what scares me. It's probably not going to happen. One year we had somebody do that, and the city ended up going back mowing our own grass. But yeah, so whatever you guys want.
I have a couple more questions.
Go ahead.
Can I voice my thoughts, concerns, and questions?
Well, let's hear a motion first. What do you entertain a motion to approve the $84,800 for 2026 and $87,344 for 2027 for Lansing Real Green Lawn Care. Do I hear a motion to approve? Okay, what's your next step? What do you want to do?
Well, can I speak?
Go ahead.
This is my initial thoughts. I know that JC Lawn Solutions and Snow LLC does not have the experience of doing big jobs, and maybe they're a newer company. And because they're local, I don't know if it's an option if we do 1 year because they're newer and don't have that experience, and then go just based on 1 year this time. But I'd like to see us give someone local the opportunity to gain that experience and grow their business as opposed to someone out of Lansing. So that's just how I feel.
Jackie, may I agree with you? I think a local firm, if there's one, available to do it, I think we should consider them.
And I would like to piggyback on that. I believe we actually adopted this into our bylaws where it would actually give a bit of a preference to those who are local when considering these services too. So I too would like to perhaps even just on the 1 year basis and say, hey, let's give it a trial run, see how they do.
And the fact
I
that
think
he's
that's
here,
smart.
and
You're with JNC?
Yeah,
I'm the owner.
All right, I missed that.
We
earlier.
do mow bigger properties, but it ain't commercial, so I didn't put that down. We do like a 96-acre horse farm.
You are familiar with what the city of Hastings is asking of you?
Yeah.
All the...
Yeah. And they do the mulch. We gotta do the mulch
How
and
long have you
everything.
been in this business?
5.5 years. I was a dairy farmer before this.
What's your last name?
Norman. I used to work for the Bivens, Ladine Farms, right off 66th, and they got robots and they bought my half out.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion that we agree to a 1-year contract.
For $79,008.
Yep.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Rizigi, supported by Stencil Barton, that we give JNC Lawn Solutions Lawn and Snow LLC a 1-year contract for $79,008. That's $2,469 weekly. We have a motion and support. Questions?
Is that acceptable that we're just trying you for 1 year?
Hey, he doesn't have a choice.
Well, you can offer him and he can say no.
This is what the council is offering tonight, and that's it. So.
All right. Well, if he said no, then we could have stopped it right here. But I just want, sorry, I'll say quietly.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Was there a motion and a second?
The motion was by Rezegi, supported by Stencil Barton, to award the 2026, I don't know how you, the 2026 scheduled lawn care for the city of Hastings to J&C Lawn Solutions, Lawn and LLC, Snow LLC, for $79,008 annually. That's for the 2026 mowing season. That's $2,469 weekly.
Got it. Thank you. Rocha.
Yes.
Stencil Barton.
Yes.
Barlow.
Yes.
McLean.
Yes.
Rezegi.
Yes.
Deveroy.
Yes.
Bergeron.
Yes.
Brem.
Yes.
Tassava.
Yes. I don't know if you have yet, but I suggest you get a hold of Rob Neal and have him show you around all the little spots that you gotta mow. 'Cause I know you've got a list of all these spots, but you're gonna need to know where they're at.
Okay.
So when's he start then?
I think it starts April.
April? Perfect.
Mayor's yard is on Mill Street, I'm on East Thorn.
No, my wife mows my yard.
Okay.
Oh, I bought her, excuse me, she bought a new tractor. Staff presentations and policy discussions, we have none. City manager's report.
All right, I left my sticky note downstairs, so I'm winging it. So our Citizens Academy is continuing. This Thursday, we'll have a presentation about elections as well as city revenue sources and how that's collected. So as always, you guys are certainly welcome to attend if you're interested in learning about any of that, or just checking out Citizens Academy and seeing how that's going. Also wanted to let you know, if you haven't recently, to check your email. You should have an email in there from MML regarding support, that they're collecting signatures for a letter that they would like to propose tomorrow to the committee that's considering several bills related to housing preemption. As most of you know, we've worked for several years on modifying our zoning ordinance to balance the needs of maintaining the character of our communities with allowing for more housing options and that sort of thing. We've allowed ADUs, we've expanded the ability for developers to build 2 and 3 family housing. We're currently looking at reviewing more multifamily housing. We have many examples of where we've used planned unit developments to develop multifamily housing in really creative ways that fit very well with the surrounding communities. Unfortunately, cities sometimes get painted as the boogeyman, and there are those who feel that a significant part of the housing crisis is local communities because of our zoning, and they're trying to take away our ability to zone certain kinds of housing. And unfortunately, I mean, there are some places that don't want to build anything. We're certainly not that community. We've built a lot. We have a lot in the works, and it's because of the work that our Planning Commission and City Council have done to make these housing options available and expand that in our community. So if you get the opportunity to take a peek at your email and sign that letter with the MML, that would be a wonderful, helpful thing to do, especially given our experience here locally.
Sarah, do you know what House bills those are?
Oh, yeah.
You get, there's a, what is that, 208 that goes out to everybody?
I'm just curious who sponsors those bills.
5529 through 5532.
Yeah, it's sponsored by numerous different legislatures. But what it does, it totally takes the rights away from the local community.
Right.
I've already signed a petition today, and they're asking anybody, any public official to, you get on the municipal league website and all that stuff's right there. Even they have a form that you could fill out and put a signature on it, so.
I read most of these bills, and we've already implemented a lot of it.
Yes.
And as far as I'm concerned, some of the stuff they're doing is all right, but they don't need to take our rights away.
Well, but you gotta really read them, because they're telling you how.
Exceptions to the rule.
They're talking about setbacks, they're talking about the lot size, you know. I think that, the reason I say I don't want to agree with any of it, because we need to maintain our local government authority here to approve this stuff. We've done a lot in the last 8-9 years to, we've even changed the requirement as far as where you can build duplexes. You know, it used to be you only build them on a state highway, and I think there's something in there they want to restrict that. So I'm not going to tell you how to interpret what they want to do, but I don't see any good from what they're proposing right now, and some of this stuff, you'd be surprised how quick it'll go through the Senate or the legislature.
You said they're voting on it tomorrow?
No, there's one of the committees is reviewing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
I will forward this. How about that?
Came yesterday.
Got it.
It won't make it out of committee. Where I read it at.
You'd be surprised, though. You know, I'm on the Municipal League's Finance Committee, and we review every bill that is proposed at the legislature and Senate, and some of that stuff will go farther than what you think it will. But we need to oppose it right away.
Sure, I agree. I'm just looking at the sponsors. I just don't think they've got the numbers, that's all. But I will absolutely sign that.
Anyhow, anything else?
Those are the only things for my sticky note I remember, so I'll email you later if I think of the other ones.
This Citizens Academy Thursdays right here in this room, right?
Yes.
I did want to ask how that was going. How did you thought that was going with the people and asking questions and
Yeah,
stuff?
I think it's going really well. The people who have been attending seem very engaged and interested in learning, and it's not the same people that we always see at different meetings and on different committies. So I think it's been effective so far, and everybody seems to be learning things and participating. So
Have you had any? Oh, I didn't know that. That's the way it worked. Kind of moments like that.
It's sent out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He's our lobbyist.
Where do we get signed up?
I'll get you signed up there.
Thank you.
What time is that on Thursday?
6:30.
6:30. Okay.
Bring treats. Anything else?
No, unless somebody has questions for me.
Any questions, Sarah? In your packet, item A is Chief of Police Dale Bowler's monthly report. I think your annual's in there too, isn't it?
I do, sir. I don't have anything further to add tonight unless somebody has questions. I'll be more than happy to take up a bunch of time.
No,
But,
I will compliment you on your annual report. It was
yes.
very
I
nice.
agree.
Yeah,
Great
very, very nice.
Thank you.
I've written a
PowerPoint
question down
skills.
for you. Trying to remember what the.
Well, he's thinking about
It
it,
says,
Dale.
what does this mean? Pre-trial release, etc. What is that in
yeah,
reference
that
to?
was-
I don't remember exactly. I didn't write the whole paragraph down. That's what I'm
I
looking
remember
for.
that, Terry.
Pre-trial
Okay,
release.
yeah, so there's been a lot of changes over the last couple of years, and one of the changes that's on the horizon here is a pretrial release, and Mr. Rocha, you probably know well exactly what we're talking about here because of your work. So when somebody is arrested, they're taken to the jail by our people, and then prior to their trial, they receive a bond from magistrate or a judge.
Right.
With that being said, that pretrial release order has to be entered into LEAN, Law Enforcement Information Network. So when they go out, hopefully they don't do anything else wrong, right?
Right.
But when they go out, and if they do, the officers on the street have that, on their computers, or dispatchers have it to look and see what those conditions are. They basically set a condition: no alcohol, no drugs, no, threatening behavior. So what's happening is Berry County Central Dispatch, historically, well, since I've been a police officer, has always entered them for us, or the jail has entered some, depending on what they may be. As of April 1st of this year, all of that is going to every individual agency to have to do. So our gal that does everything for us, Christina Slagle, that's being put on her desk. So when the courts or the jail, when we get these orders, they are now coming to her. So she will then have to log in and place these orders into LEAN. So it's just a change of how everything's taking place.
That was what now it all falls together.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Dale, while I was reading all your reports there, I see 2 or 3, maybe more different officers in your report, pictures of them.
Yes, sir.
I know you have something inside your office area back there with their pictures on. Is that something we could maybe come up with? Maybe put the picture in one of our reports, so we can see who's who.
Sure, yeah. You're talking the department photo, is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah, I could definitely do that. Are you requesting that for my annual, or for just so you can meet them and see them?
Next report.
Okay, we can do that.
I know a lot of people here. I see them every day I'm in here,
Sure.
And I know who most of them are. Every once in a while I might have a little problem with my memory, but I don't think some of the council members know who our officers are, and
Okay.
I would like to have them recognized,
Okay.
And so when they pass them on the street or whatever, we can, hey, officer so-and-so,
Yeah, that would be very good, because that's what happens to me. I'll see them out and about, but I have no idea what their name is.
So my next monthly report, I'll put them in there.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Put a number underneath them like they put in the post office.
Okay, will do.
Any questions of Dale while we got him up there? Okay, thanks,
Thank you.
Dale. Also, in your council packet, you have city clerk, treasurer, parents' monthly financial report. Any questions of Linda? We had one question earlier, but I think you answered that.
Question? I did have a question of Linda, and she had to, it took 20 minutes, but she answered it for me. I'm not an accountant. so-
Okay. Also in your packet is your community development director, Dan King's monthly report. Anything to add, Dan?
Well, I'm sure this was on Sarah's sticky note, but the public open house for the MDOT reconstruction project of West 8th Street from Broadway to Cook Road the design components that our consulting company is working on for us. We have that open house scheduled now. It'll be Thursday, March 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. It'll be in the FlexFab Conference and Training Center, 1150 West M43 Highway. So the building next door to San Marcos and Big B Coffee.
And that wasn't on my sticky note, but it reminded me what was on my sticky note.
So there'll be some press releases, there'll be some media blasts, social media, as Progressive Company works out the details for the open house. So
6 p.m. March 19th.
6 p.m. March 19th.
And 6:30 p.m. March 4th is the open house for the property owners that are adjacent to the Green and Market Street project. That construction will commence the end of March. So March 4th, it'll be very similar to what we did a year and a half or so ago. Walking through the property owners with the project, what the detour routes are, how it may affect travel to and from their home, mail pickup, garbage, those kinds of day-to-day things. Our engineers will be there as well as a representative from the contractor. So we're mailing out invitations to that. I think those went out today.
Where will that
But
be?
anyone's welcome to attend.
Decent sharp.
I'm sorry?
Where's that at?
At the Berry County, or I'm sorry, the Community Enrichment Center, Lisa and Sharp Hall,
What time?
6:30.
Sure. You said that, but I didn't write it down. March 4th, 6:30. They're not gonna go out and walk the site, they're just gonna have everything there.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All right, I have 6 on my calendar, so I'm not sure if it's 6 or 6:30. I'll get back to you about the exact time.
We're all here early when, we have meetings, so I assume they'll be there early. Smart guy. Anything else? I had a chat, no, wait a minute, I'll get to mine. Okay, reports and communications. Item A, 2025 Police Department's Annual Report. Item B, Downtown Development Authority Draft Meeting Minutes of February 19th, 2026. I hear a motion to accept both those items and place on file.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second him.
Motion by Brem, supported by Barlow, to place items A and B on file. Any questions? Police Department Annual Report's a good read, so if you haven't read it, make sure you read it. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Public comment. Anybody from the public want to get up there again? Rachel, tell us who you are and where you live.
My name is Rachel France, 616 East North Street, Hastings. I forgot to mention the Berry Conservation District annual meeting and Faces of Conservation event is this Friday, 6 p.m. at the Waldorf up in the
Ballroom.
Ballroom. Yes.
floor.
Thank you. Tickets are for sale online, starting at $0. You can find those at berrycd.org. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, Mayor and Council comment. Any comment tonight, John?
The only thing I wanted to say was congratulations to all of the people in the U.S. Olympics, but that hockey game was phenomenal. That was incredible. It was just such a great showing to do, and so I just want to put that on record. That's fantastic. In my lifetime, got to see that. The big hockey guy, so awesome. Yeah.
Terry?
I have nothing.
Norman?
No, sir.
Jordan? Becky?
Nope.
Ann?
Nothing
John?
at this time.
Mike?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. No other business. I guess we might as well adjourn. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn for it.
Okay, motion by McLean, supported by Deb Roy to adjourn the meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Adjourned. Thanks for coming. Perfect.
Thanks for having us.
I held my coffee out.
It was starting to tickle more, I could tell.